My name is Lynn LaBerge, and I coordinated the 2014 Learn and Serve Summer Youth Program. I am so excited to see all the youth here and their family and friends. So we're going to get started with our presentation. I want to say thank you for coming, and we're really excited about the hard work that everybody did this summer. So as you may know, the Summer Youth Program was a 6-week program. Students worked for 12 hours, and it was all about learning and serving. We had, just click to the next slide. We had 5 teams engaged in meaningful real-world projects that built the basic work skills such as teamwork, collaboration, goal setting and responsibility, leadership development, and civic engagement. The program allowed teens to explore a diverse array of subject areas such as farming and food, healthy lifestyles, and creating safe and beautiful environments. Each site supervisor and their team will have the opportunity to talk in more detail about the work that they did this summer after this presentation. And last but not least, 1 day per week for 3 hours, the students spent time working at the YMCA Sharing the Harvest Farm. While there, they learned about agriculture, nutrition, and where food comes from. And according to Dan King, who is the farm manager, our youth harvested approximately 27,000 pounds of vegetables. I bet you teens didn't realize you did that much. Yeah. And that included peppers, eggplants, squash, cucumbers, zucchini, kale, tomatoes, potatoes, scallions, and onions. They also did several thousand of bed feet in weeding, which is a lot of work. The group's donation was part of the Sharing the Harvest total donation of 49,000 pounds for the year, all of which will be distributed to needy individuals in our community via the local food pantries. So now I would love to introduce the mayor of the city of New Bedford, Jon Mitchell, to say a few words.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. I didn't know, boy, you guys are setting a great example eating all those vegetables. That's pretty good. It's quite an achievement. I have to make me feel guilty. I gotta change my my dietary habits. Well, listen, this is another success. This has been another successful year with the Learn and Serve program, and it's a program we're really proud of because it targets teenagers who, in the ages of 14 to 16, who are a little too old or just on the edge of being too old for a summer camp and a lot of the youth activities that we have in the summertime. And a lot of employers think they're a little too young to be doing everyday summer work. But it's still a critical age. We want to keep everybody engaged, everybody working hard, and everybody learning. So that's the idea. The idea is, you know, you guys, I know you didn't make a lot of money this summer, but you got something for your hard work. But what you got out of it, more importantly, I hope, is an opportunity to develop some really good work habits that will stick with you, not just when you are older teenagers, but throughout your careers. It's really important to learn the little things now, like things that seem really simple, like showing up on time, like following through, like being part of a team, pitching in, knowing what the broader goals are of the organization. These are things, if you can cultivate them now in your minds, so you don't have to think about them later on, they become habits, you'll be more successful as you go on, whatever your careers are. Because to be good at anything in the work world nowadays, at any time, you got to show up, you got to follow through, you got to think on your feet, you got to be part of a team. That's just the way it is. And so learning those things now will help you build bigger, broader, more competitive skills in the long run. That'll help you be more competitive in the job market. So that's what we hope to get out of it. You guys, as I said, get a little bit of money out of it, spend it well, save it well. But I hope you had a good time along the way as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to thank, there were a lot of folks who pitched in and made this happen this summer. Right at the top of the list is Lynn LaBerge, who headed the program. She's in the Department of Community Services with the city, and she has done such a fantastic job. So I just ask you to join me in a round of applause for Lynn's hard work. Now, there are a list of folks, and I'm not going to be able to hit them all, but let me just hit a few of them just because I think they really do deserve credit. Let me thank Noel Foy and the Art Museum for hosting us today. It's a great space. Make sure all of you guys come back here and tell your friends about what a great art museum New Bedford has. We got to keep spreading that word. Let me thank Mass in Motion, in particular Kim Ferreira, who's doubling on projector duty today, who does a fantastic job with Mass in Motion. We had help from Real Serious Video Project supervisors, Yvonne Rigo-Cass and Chris Kelly. Hadley Patton, who put things together at the high school. And then the Share the Harvest supervisors, Glenn Rosa and Nathan Rose. The YMCA was a big part of everything, a big part of the program, as Lynn laid out just a second ago. We couldn't do this without financial support. And that's just the reality. We need corporate sponsors, we need good corporate citizens to pitch in with money. Money, in some respects, money makes the world go around, and money makes good programs like this happen. So three in particular that I wanted to thank. Veolia Water, which runs our wastewater treatment plant here in the city, that has been very successful, but they've also been great corporate citizens. I see John Caron. John's here somewhere, right there from Veolia, and his crew, Farzin Kiani, John Oatley, and Melissa Moradian. I don't know if they're all here today. I see John. But thank you guys for pitching in today, for pitching in all summer. Great job with making the program happen. I also want to thank CDM Smith. Sean Seid is here from CDM Smith, and maybe some others here. Anybody else from CDM Smith here? Sean's representing CDM Smith well. CDM Smith does a lot of the engineering work in the city for roads and underground utilities and a number of other things. They do tremendous work, and they are big supporters of what we're trying to do in the city. And then the Island Foundation as well, that supports many important programs across the board. Thank you to the Island Foundation for your help. Guys, this is a great program, and I hope you got the most out of it. I know some of you are returning from last year. I hope over the course of 2 years you got a lot out of it, but we need to keep it going. So I would ask you to spread the word about it, but more than anything else, I just hope you think about what the things that you learned this year and the habits that you cultivated, and keep them with you, and they'll pay off big time in the long run. So thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Okay, now we'd love to hand out our certificates of completion. So as I call your name, if you'd like to come up and get your certificate. So and again, in a few minutes, you'll get to hear directly from the students, the work that they did, and the site supervisors. So that's the part that I'm really excited for all of you to hear about. This whole night is really exciting to really celebrate this work. So we're gonna start with the Mass in Motion Healthy Communities Project that was at Pulaski Park. So we have Nicholas Norman. Okay. And Ariana Norman. From the Mass in Motion Healthy Eating Project, we have Mark Furtado, Michelle Frias, Stephen Garin, Dasani Gray, James Harris, Natalia Moya, Stephanie Perez Canones, and Kylie Lobo. For the Mass in Motion Healthy Communities Project, the Acushnet Avenue Project, Jacob Pantos, Dakota Nadu, Mariangeles Estrella, Hector Montanez, Joshua Pierre, Elijah Tremblay, Eric Santos, and Julesen Cardozo.
We got a little bit of traffic jam right there. All right.
For the New Bedford High School Beautification Project, we have Marvin Coupadon, Mercedes Frakes, and Mason Mateus.
We don't have to talk about
And Mason Mateus, there he is. And for the Real Serious Video Project, we have Francis Montaz, Stephanie Silvera, Alexis Tino, and Diana Matos. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the
a
student.
round of applause for everybody.
Okay. Thank you. Good job. Good job. Now we're going to move on to the next part of the presentation. We're going to have our student presentations. So we're going to start with our Mass in Motion groups. So if we could have the presenters for the Pulaski Park project, that would be great.
So good evening, everyone. This is a phenomenal turnout. It is absolutely wonderful to see so many friends and family out supporting their youth and acknowledging the hard work they've done over the last 6 weeks. I'm Kim Ferrero with Mass in Motion, and this is our second year with the Learn and Serve program. Our groups are focused on healthy living. So we have the healthy eating group, and we've had 2 healthy community groups this year. For the purpose of tonight, I will be representing our Healthy Communities Pulaski Park group. The supervisor, Marcel DePina, is back at school playing football. So this group was 6 very brave students and youth, because they had a very, very challenging task at hand of cleaning up the Pulaski Park. Myself didn't even know where Pulaski Park was until I visited it this spring. It's kind of hidden behind the Pulaski School, and over time it had become overgrown, and talking with the Parks Department along with the principal at Pulaski School, they were really interested in getting this park cleaned up and revitalized. So these youth have spent a lot of sweat and hard work cleaning up this site. They've had a lot of fun in the meantime. And now with the work that they've done, the basketball courts are now all cleaned up. The space between the basketball courts and the parking lot is all clear, so it's a much safer environment. And we hope to do further work in the months coming ahead. But tonight, Ariana is here to represent the group, and she's going to talk a little bit about her experience.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ariana Norman, and I would like to thank the City of New Bedford for giving me this wonderful opportunity and allowing me to give a helping hand in taking part of this group project, restoring one of the many parks in our community. I decided to volunteer for this project because I felt that doing something like this would not only give me something to do on my summer break, but it would also give me the opportunity of doing a good deed for the city. Clearing out the old pathway at Pulaski Elementary School with the help of my coworkers gave me the opportunity to experience what it is like to be put to work for the very first time. It also feels good knowing that what I have done will make a difference in the children's lives, making it easier for them to get to school and much safer. Along the way, I managed to learn a few skills that will help me succeed in receiving many future jobs opportunities. One of them is learning to socialize with the people and my coworkers so I can get the job done faster, and I can learn how to cooperate with them better so I can lend them a helping hand and they can lend me. Another skill that I have learned is to properly use specific tools the right way so I can keep me and many others around me in a more safer and more well-kept environment. Lastly, I managed to learn how to follow basic work instructions such as showing up on time, dressing up appropriately for the right conditions, following the exact orders from my supervisor, and bringing in the right tools and supplies with me to work. Taking a break every now and then was my favorite part of the whole project because, well, working in the scorching hot sun for 6 weeks and for 3 hours straight, taking a break in a nice shady tree for a good 10 minutes was a big relief. My least favorite part of the project was picking out all the thorns from the bushes and trees because it always nicked me every now and then in the arms and my legs every once in a while, and well, that's no fun. I would like to say thank you to the Mayor of New Bedford, Jon Mitchell, Lynn LeBerg, and my mentor Marcel, who sadly couldn't be here, and my coworkers alongside me to help me achieve this goal. They had dedicated themselves with me and put aside their summer break to carry out this task while also working very hard at it. This opportunity will open many doors for me in the coming future, helping me take the next step into pursuing my dream while also being a better person for this community that will lend a helping hand. Thank you for listening and giving me some of your time. I hope you all have a good night. God bless.
Our next presenter will be Julia Cantner. She was with the Mass in Motion Healthy Eating Project. So Julia and her presenters can come on up.
Hi. So if all my teens can line up next to me so they can share a little bit about their experience, that would be great. So my name is Julia Cantner, and I'm the Healthy Living Outreach Coordinator for Mass in Motion, and I was the site coordinator for the nutrition group. And as mentioned before, our focus was using the teens to be positive role models to teach about nutrition at the free lunch programs with Parks and Rec. So Parks and Rec provides free lunch programs throughout the city, and we went to 2 of their locations, one at Fort Tabor and one at Dotton Place Housing Authority. And the teens did games that taught about nutrition, crafts, and taste tests where the children at these sites got to experience foods they might not have tasted before, or maybe give something a second chance that they thought that they didn't like. So that was a really fun time for them. And the curriculum that the teens learned in the first week was Harvard's Food and Fun curriculum. And they really went into learning some basic facts about nutrition themselves, as well as big surrounding things regarding nutrition that maybe they didn't think about. We discussed food deserts and how access to food makes a difference in nutrition, and a lot of big surrounding issues with nutrition and food that maybe they hadn't considered. And so it was a great learning experience for the teens as well as the children at the park sites that they were teaching. So the first week, the teens made their own mission statement, which if you read was pretty ambitious. They were gonna be positive role models, give skills and tools and knowledge to people to lead healthy lifestyles that might affect future generations. And I have to say, after 6 weeks of working with them, I really think that they upheld the mission that they created, and they were amazing and engaged teens, and they really worked hard and learned new skills for themselves as well as teaching them to younger people that might be able to model what they've learned from these teens. So I'm going to have each of them come up and say something that they learned as well as something that they liked about the program.
Hello, my name is James Harris, and for the Mass in Motion group, I was in the games group. And what I most enjoyed about this group was that these children got activity that they needed, which is enabling healthier generations to come forth. And what I got out of it, the skill that I learned from this 6-week program, was that I can't always take control. I need to work as a team, and that's something I really grasped over this 6 weeks, and I want to thank Mass in Motion for that.
My name is Michelle Frias. I'm from the games group. My favorite part was working with the children, and I learned a lot about teamwork, and I learned many work skills. So thank you, Mass in Motion.
My name is Natalia, and I was in the crafts group. One thing that I learned was working as a team with my coworkers, and I really enjoyed working at Kennedy Day Camp. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Dasani, and one skill I learned was teamwork. And one thing I enjoyed about this program was working with the kids at Kennedy.
Hi, my name is Kylie Lobo, and I was part of the games group. And I want to thank my coworkers because they taught me how to work together as a group. My favorite part about this experience was working with the kids at the Kennedy Day Camp.
Hi, my name is Mark. I was in the snack group. One thing I learned from working with this program was working with youth, and I would like to thank my coworkers, and I made new friends. And my favorite part of this snack group was giving snacks to kids that they haven't recognized and the reaction to the fruits and vegetables that they each tasted. Thank you, Mass in Motion.
Hi, my name is Stephanie, and I was part of the snack group. One thing I learned was that patience is the key, especially when you're working with little kids. And one thing I enjoyed most about this program was that I got to make new friends, and as my coworker Mark said, was hand out foods to little kids and watch their smile. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Stephen Guerin. I was part of the taste testing group with Mark and Stephanie, and one of my favorite things about this program was working with my coworkers and the kids at Dotton Place and Kennedy Day Camp. One skill I really improved on was working with my coworkers, because I'm not usually used to working with a lot of people. I usually solo, but I really want to thank the mayor for giving us this opportunity and these experiences we took from this, and I hope this program lasts for a lot longer. Thank you.
And our next group is the Mass in Motion Healthy Communities Acushnet Avenue Project. And we have Sarah Claremont and her group. So if her presenters want to come on up.
All right, I want all of my group to come over here with me. Elijah, you too. Hi, My name is Sarah Claremont. I work with Mass in Motion, and I was a coordinator for the Healthy Communities Acushnet Ave group. These are my lovely teens who spent their 6 weeks of the summer giving back to the community around Acushnet Ave. So we did a variety of projects over the 6 weeks. And we were partnering with different organizations, including the CEDC, where we collected some data for them. We also planted flowers. We went around picking up trash. We delivered brooms to businesses to help clean up the streets. Everything we were doing was all about learning how the built environment and how urban design can affect the health of a community. We also had guest speakers, including someone from the Community Development Office who came and talked to the students about how we can use vacant lots to create park spaces. We also did an activity called the Place Game, where we discussed what really makes a place great. What makes Acushnet Ave a great place to visit? What could make it better? We also had these lovely teens present all the data that they collected to the CEDC to really help make a change in that community, to help the Community Economic Development Center really figure out how to get new businesses to come and revitalize the neighborhood. So I think the best way to describe the 6 weeks is to have the teens come up and say for themselves, what did they like about it? Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Josh Pierre. And what I really liked about the program was the power of 10. It taught me about really to find the beauty in things. I really found that it was really interesting to really look at things and figure something out about it. And that was really what I liked about this program. Thank you.
Hello, thank you all for coming. My name is Eric Santos, and my favorite part of this project was the walking audit. And for the walking audit, we walked around our project's place at Acushnet Avenue, and we evaluated the area and saw what we could do to improve it. And this taught me something from the project. I learned that no matter how old or who you are, you can make a change to the community. Thank you, Mass Motion.
Hello, I'm Dakota, and one of my favorite things about this experience was the power of 10. Because it was fun to meet some owners of some of the stores that we were able to go to, see all the different items or features that can make a whole place beautiful. So, thank you.
Hi, my name is Jacob Pantos, and I liked the walking on it because we got to see how the community could be improved, and I felt that I had a part in that. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Joelson Cardozo, and my favorite part was helping CEDC to change the community. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Hector, and my favorite part was talking to people, asking them what they liked and what they didn't like about Acushnet Ave.
Hello, my name's Elijah. My favorite part was the power of 10 because it kind of opened my eyes to all the great things about places and what makes a place great.
Hello, my name is Mary Angelise. My favorite thing about this program was talking to people. I think it was pretty cool how people had different views on the area. Some people liked it more than others, and it was really cool to learn how the different things that we did affected the community. Thank you.
So the final project that we did in the 6 weeks was a photo voice project where they went around and took photographs of Acushnet Ave and what really makes the neighborhood interesting. And this is going to be displayed in a vacant storefront, in the windows of a vacant storefront in September along Acushnet Ave. So stay tuned and keep your eyes out for it. And thank you very much.
I'll be the one that goes the wrong way.
project is the New Bedford High School Beautification Project. And Hadley Patton, who was our site supervisor, is unable to be here tonight because she is also off to college, up to UMass Amherst. She did a fantastic job, and we have Mercedes Frakes and Mason Mateus here, who are going to give the presentation and talk about what they did at New Bedford High School.
Do I start? Go ahead. All right. Hi, my name is Mason, and this is Mercedes, and we were on the New Bedford Beautification Project.
During this 6-week program, we cleaned and weeded the courtyards, we made pins to sell the New Bedford High student body, and we cleaned and helped move furniture in and out of the classrooms. While doing these projects, we worked as a team.
Cleaning, weeding, and raking 3 courtyards. Cleaning, weeding, and raking 3 courtyards plus the playground took us 2.5 weeks. We set goals, used teamwork and hard work to complete this task.
We also walked around the perimeter of the school grounds picking up trash.
New Bedford High School needed a new school pride pin, so our group had a pin design contest. My coworker Jessica won, and we took that design and produced over 100 pins. These pins will be sold for school profit. Here is the finished product.
Additionally, some people in our group assisted the Director of Operations, Mr. Siciliano, in taking inventory of storage closets throughout the school.
We also created we also created resumes of professional completion of accomplishments, experience, and job skills.
Here are some of the job skills we improved upon over the last 6 weeks.
Respect is important because these last 2 weeks have been good between everyone. This is because we all remain respectful.
Many of us were committed to this job by not being late.
An example of being enthusiastic was Mari cleaning up the courtyard and not complaining.
Here is an example of us setting goals. We saw all the weeds in the courtyards and set a goal to get rid of all of them.
Being persistent is important because it helps achieve goals that you set for yourself and that can be beneficial for work.
Teamwork is having fun but also going after one goal as a team, even if it is just putting the trash away or moving furniture, but it is always having fun and working together that makes teamwork.
An example of us being resourceful was when we were using the white trash bags and it was taking too long to clean up, so instead of using the white trash bags, we used the big black trash bags.
We showed responsibility by doing what the supervisor said.
It was important to be punctual because our group was always in different locations, and if we were late, we wouldn't know where they were.
And that is what the New Bedford High School beautification team did this summer.
Okay, our last group, and bear with us while we get the technology up and running, is our Real Serious video project. And we have Chris Kelly here and Yvonne Rigo-Cass, and we are going to try to get some volume to show a video, so just bear with us, we'll get them started.
Hi everyone, my name is Yvonne Rigo-Cass, and I was the site instructor and coordinator for the Real Serious documentary film program at the McCoy Center. Chris Kelly was our field producer and instructor as well. Real Serious, our mission is to afford young people a safe place to explore the rich history and culture of New Bedford, as well as examine important issues that face our community. Our vision is for youth to produce documentary films that provoke social change. This summer, we only have 4 here representing, but we had 8 students, teens from New Bedford Public Schools who embarked on a journey of discovery through research, community service, and film production in the short documentary series entitled Hungry But Not Hopeless. which focused on New Bedford's hunger issue. Working together in teams as well as independently, our young budding filmmakers produced 4 short films that profiled
the life of a young veteran who has wrestled with homelessness, drugs, and alcohol abuse. The story of an elderly woman who has found herself struggling to keep a roof over her head.
A local food pantry where over 600 families receive healthy, sustaining food every month.
A farm in Dartmouth that donates all of its produce to local organizations fighting against hunger.
The video you're about to see is a compilation of our students' work. The interviews and images were all captured by our young filmmakers in a culmination of all that they learned and experienced this summer. We hope you enjoy our presentation.
I know a lot of people that actually don't have a lot of food.
There are a lot of sad stories about children coming, they didn't eat breakfast, they don't have lunch.
There is a whole lot of people here in the city of New Bedford that are hungry. I thought my older days would be happier.
I was living in tents, I was living in homeless shelters, I was living in the woods.
When you don't know where your next meal's coming from, to me that's significant, and that's when you really know what hunger feels like.
I have a staff here that has the most important roles, and those guys, those gals, they work day in and day out with the veterans.
The Veterans House has been an extreme help, especially when I first got here. They offered me tons of knowledge in the groups about like coping skills and being able to like manage your life without drugs and alcohol.
When I look at how people's lives can be impacted by one person making a difference in their lives, then I feel very blessed that I can be that one person that can help change the direction of a person's life.
I feel like someone is there who cares.
Including this year, up to today's date, we've donated 240,000 pounds of food, which is almost 1 million servings.
Every single person that works here is a volunteer.
But I think perhaps maybe the best way to measure success is from the stories from people who have worked at the farm.
And it feels really good. It feels special.
The program itself is it's not about just food, it's about community.
So when I started, that's the basis. When I started to help other people in need.
More life is, they're just more life.
I hope was evident in that film, there are a lot of people involved in helping these kids bring these stories to life. We'd like to give very special thanks to all of the individuals and organizations that worked with our kids to tell their stories this summer. Jeff Dacey and his sister Kimberly, Jim Reed, Sheila Sullivan, Kelly Monroe, and all the staff and residents of the Veterans Transition House, Joyce Feynman, Pat Foster, Jessica Peck, and Paula Shiner at Coastline Elderly Services. William Shell, Lanera Pyers, Ann Ellis, Donna Gaylor, and all of the staff and volunteers with MO Life Food Pantry, Dan King, Anita Moses, Gary Schuyler, and all of the volunteers with Sharing the Harvest. A special thanks to Lynn LaBerge, Jennifer Furlan, New Bedford Public Schools, Mary Raposa, New Bedford Parks, Recreation, and Beaches Department, India Russell, the Andre McCoy Recreation Center staff, and Mayor Mitchell for your collaboration and opportunity to participate in the Learn and Serve program. Also, stay tuned. This was just a trailer for the 4 individual films that our teams put together. So we're hoping to have a showing on September 21st at the Whaling Museum where you'll be able to see all of the films. So I hope you can come out and see all the hard work our kids did this summer. Thank you.
Great. Well, I hope these presentations and videos really truly showed the hard work that they all did this summer. And as you can see, not only did they learn valuable job skills and what it takes to be in the world of work, they also learned about their community. All of these projects really focused on introducing our youth to the community that they live in and how they can make a difference in the community. So now, without further ado, again, I want to thank you for your time and your patience and for all coming out tonight. And we do have refreshments. We'd like you all to help yourself. Please stay. Take a look at the beautiful artwork here in the New Bedford Art Museum. And again, thank you to the staff that worked really hard on this program, to the sponsors of the program, and to the youth and parents that are here tonight. Thank you.
I got good sea legs from a year of trying to find my footing, and I'm missing my home even more than I should. You're as nice an idea as the ocean is blue, especially if you were true. So much destruction in your wake, I woke and watched you dreaming. So there are no mistakes and only variations on a theme. And you can hide a child in the body of a man, and you can take more than you think you can. Forget all the lessons we learned, you should have been good to me. Forget all the lessons we learned, you should have been true. Forget all the lessons we learned, the lessons we learned. You could have been good to me.
Music is Addie's life. She and artists like her deserve a chance to make a living from it. When you download music illegally, you're stealing from musicians, songwriters, and people like Addie who are denied payment for work that is rightfully theirs. Do what's right. Don't download illegal copies of music, movies, or software. Get it legally. Illegal downloads are not victimless crimes. You have the power to stop them.